Club Calvi is spotlighting a debut novel about the battle for a woman's right to vote. It is called The Good Daughters, and it's based on true stories of suffragettes who faced danger as they protested for equality. Author Brigitte Dale joins us to talk about her book. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So thrilled for you. This is your first book, but you know books well. You're a book editor, and I was so curious as to what made you take the leap as an author.
I've always wanted to write a novel, and I love being an editor. It gets me an inside look at the creative process with the authors I work with, but there's something incredibly special about being on the other side of that, and to have my name on the book for the first time has just been a dream come true.
It's really a gorgeous book, and congratulations. It's about 3 women. Tell me how their stories come together and how their lives intersect.
So the 3 main characters are from all different social classes, but they're young women who find themselves at the forefront of the fight for women's right to vote. So we have Beatrice, who's an aristocrat, whose family definitely does not want her muddying her hem on the streets, fighting for the right to vote. We have Charlotte, who's a young college student who's really hoping to engage with the world, but finds that most of her classmates are more interested in becoming housewives. And then we have Emily, who's the daughter of the warden of Holloway Jail. And so all of the women end up behind bars, and Emily is on the other side working at the jail, and she ultimately has to decide if she's willing to sacrifice her job and her family's livelihood in order to help these newfound friends in their mission.
You've always been interested in women's history, I understand. So tell me how your research got started and how deep a dive did you have to take?
I took a really deep dive. I first came across the subject of the British women's suffrage movement when I was in college, and I became obsessed, absolutely fascinated with the topic, ended up writing a thesis about it, and then continued the research in graduate school. And I got to go to the British Library archives and hold up these crumbling newspaper articles written by the women in their self-published journal, and just imagine them holding those newspapers up out on the streets, trying to get sales and publicity for their movement. And so all of that research was the backbone for then this fictional world that I created set on that backdrop.
Wow, one initial spark, and here you are, published author. What do you hope people take from this book?
Well, I hope we remember 2 things. 1, the right to vote was won through a hard fight, and so we should always remember to use it when we have the opportunity. And 2, I think this history is incredibly important to remember. There have always been hard times in our history, but women especially have been incredibly resilient and strategic and brave, and that's something we should carry with us today and every day going forward.
An inspirational message. Brigitte Dale, thank you so much for taking some time to talk to me. And so it's such a pleasure, really. And The Good Daughters is in bookstores now.